Oh, that's a good bloop. Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Journey to Incrementalia, an incremental auto-battler RPG where you're a necromancer doing evil things. And it's just launching us straight into the intro, so we're just gonna dive in. But I love that soundtrack just going on in the background. It reminds me of games that I played on like DOS or something like that. Just the kind of like really simple loop that's kind of like bloopy. It's very MIDI. I don't know. I need to learn how to explain how things sound the way they sound, but it sounds good, it sounds old school, and I love it.
Hee 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 hee, ha 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 ha, ho ho, ahem, pardon your grace, Bonesley the Wise at your service. As your grace is finally awoken, you are the chosen one who will lead us to Incrementalia, yes. Aided in your restoration using my feeble magic. Yes, and all I ask is a place at your side. Confusion after your reincarnation is common, your grace. Allow me to reacquaint you. This is your mana orb. It's where you keep your mana. Mana is like fuel for spells. You can click or hold down on the orb to ponder it from extra mana. Holding down on the orb triggers mana amplification too many times and it cracks. Ha ha ha! These are your spells, your grace. They can do all sorts of magical things. Summon spells require souls. Enchant a soul to your will, or enchain a soul to your will using mana.
Bind a free roaming soul to your will. Souls are essential for summoning spells. Okay, but we need mana first. Oh, I see. Chance to crack. Mana amplification has destabilized the orb. Chance the orb will crack the next time mana stabilization is activated. Okay. Concentrate your thoughts to harness latent mana from your surroundings. Casting focus. Okay.
Now summon a skeleton to attack the wall, just like me, but far less wise and loyal, your grace. Ha!
Okay, I'm gonna grab a little bit of focus just to give me some mana per second. And then enchant a couple of souls. Oh, let's see, how much do we even have? 26, 27. It seems like souls are kind of eh. Okay, and it looks like the crack does go, or the chance to crack does go away. Okay, summon a melee minion. Summon a lowly skeleton minion to do your bidding. We'll attack the wall, base damage 2 per second. Just summon a couple. We've got a couple of souls.
It's really happening. I mean, you're doing splendidly, your grace. Keep boosting your mana and damage to break through all 99 walls. Incrementalia, here we come. Oh yeah, skill points. You get them from breaking down the walls. Good for upgrades. Ho-ho! I think you've got the gist, your grace. I'll be here if you need me. Your ever faithful servant, Bonesley.
Enlightenment is expensive. Well, we're off with the running. Let's get this show underway. So what do we want to do? So focus, concentrate. So this just gets us mana per second, which I like the idea of getting a bunch. We can also get more souls, which seems practical. I'm glad that I just click and hold on the orb rather than like mashing click on the orb itself. I've done that in way too many incremental games over the years. And I don't want to say it's agonizing, but actually playing at these games as a clicker is not very fun. I mean, it's not. Clicking is the worst part of clicker games. It's always the incremental stuff that actually keeps them fresh and interesting and fun. Well, it looks like we've broken one wall, so what do we have? Plus the skeleton summoning spell, so doubles their damage. Unlocks the goblin archer, so shoots poison arrows at the wall to make the wall unwell. Buffs focus. Well, there goes a whole wall. So this increases the amount of mana that we'd gain from focus. Okay, brought it up to 2.2, so that's okay. There's no upper limit either. I'm gonna just do that for now. I can also reset skills whenever I want. though it resets the current wall's HP to full. I figure we just go kind of hard on mana generation for a little bit and then reset once it's gotten high enough, and also we'll just be breaking plenty of walls just by default. So maybe it doesn't matter too much. Let's take a look at what else we have. Okay, max 20 on concentrate mana, so that actually would be helpful. I think the practical thing to do, let's see, poison per arrow 1. I think the practical thing to do is probably just to boost my skeletons a couple of times. Because that just, oh, I see, it just increased it to 3. I mean, that's not bad still. Let's see, level 1 unlocked, beat level 3, beat wall 8 to unlock. 16, wall 4, okay. So I've got some more. If I boost that, so I think that increases it by 1 every single time. That's fine. I think I'm still gonna mostly focus on just getting as much mana as I possibly can. Start a side quest. Go forth into the world and perform heroic feats of courage and daring do. You can earn items or souls from completing side quests. Okay. 1,000 pardons, Your Grace. I've discovered a small side quest. Start the quest here. Okay, but I need 1,000? Okay. Side quest, find the duck. Nearby town's unofficial mascot, Duck, has gone missing, so we can inquire or interrogate. It's just chatting casually with the peasantry. I feel like there needs to be more, like, weird Necromancer RPGs where you're not strictly evil, you just hate, like, one specific guy, or king or kingdom or something like that, so everybody else is cool with you, and vice versa. Word around town is the duck was headed towards the river. Breakfast. Starting the day with a nutritious breakfast. I don't know, why not, right? I'm just gonna keep working on that mana gain. It seems practical. Okay, so this wall is somehow repairing itself. Regeneration every 15 seconds, 1% of total HP. I don't think that's going to help it that much. On the river's edge, you see duck tracks that lead to the water. Enhance. Enhancing the duck track images in the lab. I think we could probably actually pick the more expensive options. I'm assuming the more expensive options give us progress faster. I just like the cheaper ones because they're kind of memey, like sitting down and having breakfast. You deduct that the duck has entered the river, so it can wade or dive, executing a perfect swan dive into the river. I think the real answer is I'm going to complete these quests as memely as possible. It just seems right. Now underwater, lack of oxygen quickly becomes an issue. Conjure. Yeah, we'll conjure. I could go for the reeds, but still, weird to think of us being a necromancer that actually needs to worry about oxygen. I was assuming we'd be more of kind of a lich type character as opposed to whatever we are. Conjuring oxygen directly into the lungs. Deep underwater, the duck's trail is going cold. Search or no? Alright, I think we're saving up for no, because something about going, like, extreme here is very funny to me. Generating a field of awareness that encompasses the river. Strolovia, the first stairs. 5 out of 99, so we've gotten that. So, the duck has been sighted, dead ahead. Pursue? Pursue. Swimming down the duck in a battle of endurance. So what do we have here? Buffs the Bone Spear Invocation spell. Do we even have that? Unlocks the Cultist, a summon spell. Cultists charge up mana for release when they die or are sacrificed. Additional skill points increase the Cultist's mana charge rate. And then mana per click. I'll put 1 into the Cultist just because I think that's could be interesting. The duck is finally in hand. The townsfolk ask, what shall become of it? Roast it? Knight it. Roasting it's just sad, though. Okay, we can knight the duck. Knighting a duck. Yeah, so how do I... Oh, I see. I sacrifice them. Arise, Sir Duck, hero of the town. Huzzah! Reward, we get a mana rock. Smashing work on that duck, your grace. Really good. Try equipping the new item. Okay, so mana rock. An ancient and rare mana stone. It overflows with raw mana waiting to be tapped. 50 per second. Nice. Really nice. Impressive work, your grace. Have you done this before? Ho-ho! Well, means my mana generation's looking very good. Let's see. For release when they die or are sacrificed. I don't know if any of them have died yet. I mean, I guess I could sacrifice them for a whole boatload. Still doesn't strike me as the most practical, though. I think we'll just get more skeletons. Yeah, the question is when they expire. I'm assuming at some point we actually start facing some proper resistance from my foes. There we go. Just get more skeletons into the fray. And yeah, let's buff their DPS by 50%. That was wall level 5? Yeah, we're on to 6. Okay, start another side quest? Absolutely. An unruly mob have gathered around the mayor's house. Demand telepathy. Browsing nearby peasants' memories. I love the... I love how just absolutely overpowered this dude is. It seems the mob are angry about the recent increase in taxes. We can either chant or pitchfork. Manifesting a pitchfork and thrusting it into the air. How much do we have? Let's just sack both of them. Looking ruffled, the mayor has come out to face the mob. Hiss or boo? I mean, I've got the resources. Booing the mayor into oblivion. Crumpling under the pressure, the mayor has turned bright red. Heckle or laugh? Heckle. Seizing upon the mayor's weakness with a jeer. Now in a panic, the mayor is trying to escape. Jostle or pelt? Encouraging the mob to throw rotten fruit. Out of options, the mayor has surrendered unconditionally. Taxes or taxless? Demanding that all taxes be eliminated. I mean, it's probably not actually great. Unsatisfied, the mob wants you to voice one more demand. Petticoats, porridge. Negotiating for delicious porridge. The negotiations are complete. What of the mob? Disperse, disappear. I have to see what disappear does. Teleporting the mob to a random location. Side quest, rabble rousing. We have roused some rabbles, for sure. The mob are nowhere to be seen. Huzzah! Reward 10 souls. Nothing like an angry mob, right? Right, your grace? Lovely work. Ha-ha! Okay, so that gets me 10 souls, which actually is good. Let's just get some skeletons up in this. I think I'm gonna try and max out concentrate mana just so I have tons of mana regen. Then we'll work on other things. Yeah, there's also the mana orb clicks. Like, that is something I could invest towards. But that feels like it's gonna blow up in my face if I invest too hard towards it. one problem is, at this point we're getting... Things are a little slow. I mean, the DPS isn't bad. Focus, augmentation. Yeah, how effective is clicking? Barely noticeable. Not even a dent. I'd really have to invest into it to make it worth it. The other thing we could do is just go hard. I mean, now that I've gotten a bunch of points in focus, we could cut my mana generation in half and break a bunch of walls really quick. Maybe we do that. Let's do that after we break this wall. Because I think I have enough mana at the moment that I can just let my focus generation do its thing. And just go aggro for a while until we hit kind of an upper limit and can't progress any further. Even the cultist minions aren't that good. This is neat. It's actually one of the better incremental games I've played in a while. It does something different. It reminds me a lot of Orb of Creation, but the side quests and the more focus on, well, fighting invading armies, I don't know, makes it interesting. We're just in a slightly slow spot for a hot second. There we go. Reset skills. Oh, that also clears all of my undead. Alright, and I have one more skill point. I guess I'll put into concentrate mana. We do also have the bones, but that's okay. Yeah, let's poison the hell out of that wall. Okay. The wall takes damage equal to the poison modifier each second. Poison is reduced by 5 plus 5% of total poison every second. Poison amount... probably gonna sit somewhere around 2k, but holy shit, that damage is good. Like, my progression is obviously gonna be slower as a result of this, but maybe that's not so bad. Okay, so what else do we have? The Captain Summon spell. Produce an Aura of Bravery. Increases the damage multiplier. Skill points increase damage multiplier per captain. Soul Contract Augmentation. Binding of free market souls sourced from the Soul Exchange. Skill points reduce the casting cost of Soul Contract. And then holding down your mana orb triggers mana amplification. Probably just get multipliers per captain. Ooh, looks like they're kind of expensive. We also have another side quest coming in. I think I'll get one more soul. And then get one captain. Okay, so damage multiplier is 1.1. That should be good. I'm gonna go back to putting points into focus just so I can actually have some modification. Who is this guy? Oh, that's the captain, of course. Oh, I see. I get a skill point here and then 2 more at that point. I wonder if you can actually reset your... Yeah, restore wall to full. I wonder if restoring wall to full resets the skill point. Probably not. Okay, do I have enough? Start side quest. Sold scrolls you found suggest one of these temples has treasure. Breakfast. Prepare. Breakfast. Deciding on what would be the most delicious. I think I'm gonna go hard, just Goblin Archer, DPS poison, and maybe a bunch of captains, at least for a while. Approaching the door, you notice it's locked by mechanism. Banter. Cracking some jokes with party members. I guess I could also sack, like, 6 goblins. Let's do that. Because I think that's going to be more practical. There's gotta be kind of a give and take. Trap suddenly triggers, launching a poison dart in your direction. Grab! Grabbing the dart out of midair. That was close. Now for the entrance door. Button. Blood. Preparing a door, unlocking blood sacrifice. Sure. Let's get 2 more captains in this mix, I think. The portal opens, revealing a long, dark staircase. Saturate. Saturating yourself in mana, creating a glow. So yeah, we have less poison as a result of getting rid of all those goblins, but the damage multipliers more or less made up for it. I don't think I get too many more captains. With the way lit, you forge deeper into the depths. Amble. Casually strolling into the temple depths. Running just seems unsafe. Let's see, what else do we do? Okay, that's another skill point. Finally, a treasure can be seen on a conspicuous pedestal, grabbing the treasure with little care for the consequences. I think I'm going to save most of my mana for the side quest. Click. Despite your efforts, a massive boulder rolls towards you. Whip. Throwing a whip at the boulder, slowing it down enough to escape. Throwing the whip at the boulder, slowing it down. That's not how this works, but okay, Indy. You've escaped the temple with the treasure intact. We get a gnarled staff. In and out like it was nothing, as expected of your grace. Tee-hee! Okay. Like an ordinary tree branch, yet bristling with offensive mana. Mana multiplier 0.5x. Ooh. Ooh, wait, mana amplification also maybe increases damage as well? Oh, but we have to unlock it. Alright, that's fine. Let's keep taking a look at stuff. Start another side quest. Reports are coming in from an ogre on the rampage. Brunch, bench, brunch. Eating hearty in preparation for what's to come. I love the idea that we are just this Necromancer Archmage that is just this casual. I got some mana. Do we get another captain? I think so. New report. Ogre has been sighted in the hill region. Telescope, peer. Peering into the orb of seeing. And yeah, this soundtrack absolutely reminds me of like old school DOS games in such a good way. True enough. It's on the rampage, smashing up a village. Cart, teleport. Teleporting to the village. No reason to wait. The ogre is shocked by your appearance. Catchphrase time. Wisecrack, boast. Boast. Looks like you picked the wrong village today, bud. Your words have little effect. Ogre punch incoming. Harry. Redirecting the energy of the punch. I wonder if you get different outcomes of this, or does it just give you... like, are there different rewards that you can get, or is it one of those where, this just makes it go faster, so we can distract or discombobulate. Looks like you have an opening. Discombobulate, clapping the ogre's ears. How powerful is this Necromancer? It worked. What's the follow-up? Second discombobulate. Or slap him. I gotta get my focus back up. My mana per second is a little rough. Executing a brutal ear clap. We were just clapping the hell out of this ogre's ears. The beast has been thoroughly defeated. What now? Clapping the ogre's ears into oblivion. I love these side quests. They're very funny. Completely discombobulated. This ogre won't rampage again. Huzzah, 20 souls.
Left, right, and good night. You need to teach me some of those moves, Your Grace. Ha!
Okay, let's get 3 captains. Bunch of goblins. One more captain, one more. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we got some more skill points. What do we want to do? Pyromancy. Unlocks and buffs the Fireball Invocation spell. Fireball's terrifying invocation that can be infused with copious amounts of mana. Skill points increase Fireball damage relative to your mana. So it converts mana to damage. Sturdy sphere of mental energy that enhances mana collection. Mana multiplier, or mage. Mages gather up balls of mana from the other side and fling them to your mana orb. I think we probably invest into both of these. Because presumably they're going to get me a fair bit. The only problem is they specifically cost souls to generate, but they're probably worth it. They seem worth it. Seek your place within the balance of all things. The mages are now competing hard with my focus. If I wasn't so hard locked on souls, I'd consider it more. Also, my damage multiplier is quite good. Man, those mages are very good. I think the trick at this point, though, is to keep focusing on that mana multiplier more than anything else. Because that just increases them by 0.2. This increases them by 20% per. At some point, we're going to have to think about more DPS somehow. Yeah, do we have anything else? The other one I have is, like, max out concentrate mana and Mind Sphere. Because we could do that. Go for... like, after clearing one of these walls, doing a reset, clearing all of my attackers, just sitting there for a while and generating just like an unholy amount of mana to get my like focus and Enchained Soul up as much as I possibly can. It's an option. It's not a bad one either. Because right now I feel like I'm a little bit economically locked, partly because I'm splitting between both. But if I just chill for a bit, I'd probably get what I need. Yeah, let's do it. Right now? I think right now. Because it doesn't cost me anything. Oh, we didn't quite have enough. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Alright, let's get as many mages as we possibly can. You know, all things considered, reset skills again. What if we don't even let focus do anything? What if it's just all mages? All the time. Yeah, this is gonna get me to enlightenment really fast. Holy shit, these mages are expensive. But that's kind of good in its own way. Okay, let's get to enlightenment. Whoop. Meditate. Clears the mind, clears and strengthens the mind, enhancing your focus. Casting meditate increases mana generation for focus. Yeah, this is kind of what I was looking for. Okay, so that's kind of maxed out. Awakening is also expensive, but not like heinous. How much mana gen for 29,000 per second? That's insane. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is just alternate between mana generation phases and focusing on fighting once I need some more skill points. At some point we'll hit an equilibrium, but right now I just don't care. You know, there's no threats coming at me, so I can just do whatever I want. In retrospect, there's no point in me investing in focus at the moment. Let's go for awakening. Awaken your buried animal instincts. Didn't know we had any. Okay, melee minion damage. That's okay. Epiphany is 2.5 million. On the plus side, the melee minion damage bonus means that I could potentially go back to like the basic skeletons and captains. Maybe. I don't know, do we just wait for Epiphany to roll in? Kind of. I mean, we still have some things that we can get. There we go. That should speed us along nicely. It's still gonna take a little bit to get to 2.5 million, but I don't think that's really a problem. Whoever's on the other side of Nipsley, piranha-infested stream, is probably panicking a little bit. It's like, what is he doing? Why did he just suddenly swap out his army with mages? Oh no. I'm probably just sitting in a chair in the middle of it, just glowing brighter and brighter, and they're just like, ah, shit. I feel kind of bad for the mana rock. It just went from actually marginally useful to complete nonsense mediocre. But I think I also broke the economy in this game in a very good way. What else could I have invested into? I guess mana amplification would have been the one thing that I'd add to this mix. So maybe after we have an epiphany, get some more upgrades, then we do exactly that. Soul fusion. Did you know that several animal souls can be fused into one? Neat. So this just gets me extra souls on top of what I'd normally be able to get my hands on. Well, Insight's going to be too expensive. I think we heighten up to 40. That's a nice even number. And then we go back to just wrecking some walls for a while. Yeah, it's reset skills. Goodbye. The other thing I could have invested into would be, like, doing this whole thing, but just chucking a fireball periodically. Okay, how much can I get? I don't know. A lot of captains. And then a silly amount of skelemen to beat the river into submission. Yeah, this is a lot of damage. But yeah, let's just stick this out for a while, get as much as we can. Let's see, my mana per second is considerably worse than it was, but that's okay. I'll just probably invest into... minion melee damage, at least for a little while. Alright, one more on that. What else do we invest into? I mean, I guess mana amplification. Skill points, okay. Holding down on your orb triggers mana amplification. Yeah, so we just have to go for a little while. I don't know what happens when we crack my orb. And it looks like we can increase the amount of mana amplification even further. Thing is, it's not actually that good. It gives me a little bit of a damage multiplier. It's not bad. But yeah, what else do we have here? We have one on soul contracts. So it looks like soul contract is just another way for me to get a whole bunch of extra spells. I wonder if I take that away, what would happen? Let's see, buffs focus, bones. No, I think we're just gonna get up to at least the next tier. Which wall is this? Oh, this is wall 16. So after this, we get a new setup. Poison dagger spell. Poison modifier deals damage over time. Skill points increase the poison amount and mana cost. Incineration. Incinerate bathes the wall in conjured fire, increasing the damage multiplier, so that'd be really good. Ah, only one incantation can be active at a time. And then there's also Bone Royalty. Skeleton Noble's summon spell. Automatically summons lesser skeletons to your cause. Ooh. I guess we did actually get a bunch of skeletons from that. An ominous and mysterious tower appeared in a nearby field. Or are they actually attacking back? Ah, they have sentries. Kills your minions at a steady rate. Ooh, 10 minions per minute. We're still gonna kill it. Especially because I can just summon more skeletons. Okay. Ominous and mysterious towers appeared in the nearby field. Let's investigate. Instigating goblins to attack the tower. Oh, instigate, not investigate. Oops. I mean, not really oops. We might as well go for that fire. It is expensive, and hurting my mana gain, but that's okay. Physical attacks seem to have no effect. Speak. Speaking in the tongue of magical structures. I need to play more, like, goofy tabletop RPG campaigns where your character can just talk to walls. The faint outline of an entrance is visible on one side of the tower. Push, pull. Pulling on the surface with all of your might. I'll just get a couple of skeleton nobles. Summon 7 skeletons per minute per noble. The magical surface will not yield. Perhaps from beneath? Dig, topple, topple. Toppling the tower to expose the underside. I gotta be a little careful with this, because if I boost it too much, I literally don't gain mana. I guess I could always turn Incinerate off. Sandy Bottom, Gateway to the Long Desert. What is this one? Wall 20. Gets me cultists. Use their blood as a medium to parlay with messengers of hell. Cultist mana charging. That's okay. Idle capture of willing souls. This form of soul capture is considered ethical. Each skill point grants 2 souls, or summon a devil. Lesser Devil from Hell. Devils will consume a cultist every 30 seconds, or they return to hell. And they do a whole bunch of base damage. That's good. Might as well boost my mana multiplier a bit. Don't know what happens if I crack my mana orb. That's something to play around with at some point. Okay. As expected, the underside is comprised of regular stone. Goblin. Contracting goblins to dig the stone. Right. We want to keep the boost going. Not that it actually gets me much for mana, but... Oops, cracked it. I think if we crack it, we're just... I don't know what happens. Okay, I guess it's back. I guess that's not a problem. A piercing shriek can be heard. It's a mandrake alarm. Wait or deactivate. Deactivate, clearly. Deactivating the mandrake alarms by depositing magical soil. Yeah, I'll probably just keep putting points into that. This is one hell of a skill. Oh my gosh. Luckily, none of these walls seem particularly interested in... none of these walls have that healing effect from earlier. This place must be a treasure hoard. Now to find the loot. Bees, knees. Infusing mana into your knees. Quickening the treasure search. The developer writing this must have had just an absolute grand time. You find the treasure box and identify the final death traps. Defend, strike. Uttering a word of power to transmute the security system to dust. Grab this. There we go. The tower's been rendered inert, and the treasure secured. Huzzah! Boning wand. Did that tower belong to someone? Oh well. Haha! Stunning work, your grace. Boning wand. What does that do? Bone spear level cap. Alright, not the most useful. So the question is, what do we do? I mean, we're still chewing through these walls kinda quickly. I think the next order of business is probably figuring out how to get up to insight so I can get the next tier of upgrades. Because yeah, this is definitely going slower than it was. Because I got 20 cabins, 91 skeletons. Yeah. What's the next tier? Level 6, beat wall 20. Is this wall 20? Okay, we're gonna beat this one, then I will stop and work on other things. Because what else do we have? Oh, we have another side quest I can do. We begin to wonder about the treasure of Incrementalia. Ruminate. So, camel humps act as mana reservoirs, allowing mages to operate at greater efficiency. Oh, we need to get up to wall 24. Each camel increases the output of all mages. Whenever a minion dies, create a ghost. Ghosts are soulless manifestations of the regrets and frustrations of living beings, and as such, they fly into the wall and explode. You decide to ask your trusty servant Bonesley. Search. Searching for Bonesley in the usual hiding places. Last one, Mystic Summon Spell. Mystical skeletons have been bathed in pure mana and have the ability to shoot bone spears. Ooh! So they just modify the bone spear. Yeah, I think we're gonna try different builds soon. The faithful minion is nowhere to be seen. Bees or boars? Bees! Manifesting mana-infused bees to find the lost skeleton. It's a chunky wall. Oh, it does have healing. That's why this is taking a while. Every 15 seconds, only 2% of its total HP. I think that'll be fine. You find Bonesley staring into a well, mumbling softly. Interrogate. Questioning the skeleton directly.
Well, he-hoo, the thing is, your grace.
Half listen, listen. Giving the skeleton your full attention. I'm a bad man, but a good boss. As opposed to me in real life, which I'm a bad boss, but a probably good dude.
The treasure of Incrementalia is a mountain of gold and jewels. Ha-ha!
You know, that's not really much of a selling point. Continues its story. Gesturing for the skeleton to continue. I'm just gonna keep going for the boosts. The damage up is nice, as is the mana multiplier considering everything. I don't think I'm gonna make it here. I think we're gonna need to do something else. These walls are tough.
It stretches as far as the eye can see, enough for a kingdom, your grace.
Skeleton concludes its story. Well. Saying well over and over.
And maybe you could share a little with me, Bonesley, if it pleases your grace.
Accept. Graciously accepting the loyal minion's request. Yeah, let's beat this wall and then we'll stop, because clearly it is actually putting up a resistance. This ain't working. I have some ideas for different builds to try in the next one. We get 30 souls.
Great call on the treasure sharing, your grace. You always know best. Bahahoo!
Let's just punch wall harder. I was actually expecting this group to do better than just getting up to wall 20, but hey, here we are. Okay, let's wait until this clears. Ragged cliff face. Yeah, let's reset. Start a side quest while we're here. Find a strange and elaborate oil lamp poking out of the sand. Scan, analyze. Sending it back to the lab for analysis. That's great. Okay. I think we do cultists this time. Let's try those three. Oh, I guess I would have benefited from having the captains in retrospect. By all metrics, it seems to be an ordinary lamp. It does seem a little dirty. Rub. Ordering a 3-goblin rub down. Let's take a look. Okay, let's reset skills. I don't think this is working. I think the captains are instrumental in a good lineup. I think the demons are instrumental. I think the cultists themselves are okay. But I think blood comms is better. Okay, let's get 20 of these guys. 25. Bunch of devils, bunch of cultists. I wonder if I can summon... Hard to tell. Okay, well, my damage multiplier feels really good. I'm curious about mana sources and how that's gonna function here. We seem to get a fair bit from the cultist getting killed. Kind of. I mean, it's mostly the devils actually do a shit ton of damage. Yeah, the only immediate problem with this is I have to auto-summon more skeletons. Okay, smoke seems to be gushing from the lamp. Mask, bubble. Invocating a gas-proof bubble shield. Smoke cleared, and it was harmless anyway. Now there's the Jin. Joke. You lift? I've been hitting the Jin a bit lately. Poor Jin. Okay, what else do we want to invest into? Mind Sphere? Actually, I probably should have gone for the other one. The Jin seems enraged, is shooting flames from its palms. Matrix, afterimage. Swiftly teleporting aside, leaving behind a hazy afterimage. Why am I losing devils? I have plenty of cultists. Kill them. The flames couldn't touch you. The Jin has a knife. Words, actions. Pulling out a much bigger and more impressive knife. Oh, it's because of these things. That's why I'm losing devils. Shocked and embarrassed, the Jin begs to grant you a wish. Cackle. Cackling with disdain at the Jin's untrustworthy offer. The Jin is sweating profusely. It speaks. I'll just be off with my freedom then. Reduction. You can't be too certain. Reducing the Jin to basic chemical elements. The once dangerous Jin is now inert gas. There was a treasure, huzzah, Goblin Crown. Goblin Archers, plus 10 per minute. Poison decays half as quickly. Ooh. That's interesting. I don't know if it's actually good at this point, though. And then I should remember to do mana amplification fairly regularly here. Because I think it's practical. Alright, let's just buy as many skeletons cultists as we can. Yeah, there's not really much I would invest towards here. Just extra souls, and even then it's kind of eh. This build has a lot of damage. I'm not going to discount that, but I'm not really feeling it that much. It's too much management. I'm curious about the Goblin Crown, but I feel like it might be too little too late for the goblins with their current setup. Maybe. I like the idea of going Bone Mystic Spear of Bone. Maybe. Or we get to this one. Poison amount buff? Yeah. I will say this is probably one of the better builds for both mana and damage, like having both go up simultaneously. As I actually do have an income. The other thing to note and it wouldn't be a bad idea, is specifically investing into, like, Soul Contract and then respecking. Because Soul Contract will actively give me more souls, but then when I respec, I keep those souls. Like, they stick around. Let's get up to 29 devils, I think. I'm gonna get rid of that boost. Much as I'd love to be able to do the mana overload, I'm just really bad at doing it on my own. I just forget it's there. Okay, we have 40 captains, tons of damage, new side quest. Confusing tea party. There's some sort of ruckus happening in the nearby bulgy wood. Sneak peek. Peeking through a magic mirror. Wonder if there's a way that I can increase quantities. Nope. Does look like we're also getting up to scientific notation in this game. I guess it makes sense. We already have a ton of mana. It's nothing less than a group of humanoid teacups having a tea party. Watch, observe. Observing a strange ritual play out before your eyes. The cups are drinking from each other's heads, sickening. Recoil, gasp, gasping at the twisted scene before you. How are we affected by this? You've been spotted. The cup people part to reveal a hulking teapot man. Quip, hype. Let's get this party started. I really wish I could summon things by the bushel, instead of one at a time. The teapot man gestures to its spout. The cup people chant, tea, tea, guzzle, guzzling the teapot man's spout. That's definitely an innuendo. Oh well. This necromancer does not discriminate. That was surprisingly hot. The tea, of course. The tea party look to you. Grin, cough, grin. You release a wide, awkward grin. Let's see, Wall of Roses, Bulgy Wood Gardens. I don't know. We'll reset after this one. The party cheers, then they start to chant, milk, milk, time to go. Pelican, Pegasus. Releasing a wild Pegasus is a distraction. You are safe, but a talking sugar packet has followed you. Eat me, it shrieks. Eat. Pouring the contents of the sugar packet into your mouth. I just want to read a book about this necromancer and their hijinks. The soul-infused sugar screams as it melts on your tongue. 10 out of 10. Huzzah, 40 souls. Okay, I don't know about you, Your Grace, but I was starting to feel it. Hee hee. Fine. I'll go back to mana amplification. If I don't have a... Oh, it's the firewall. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the big damage multiplier. Oops. Yeah, I just wish I could do like a ×5 multiplier on how many cultists I buy. But near as far as I can tell, there's no way to actually do that. Oh my gosh, I have so many souls. We're gonna get seriously whizzed as soon as we get to the next area. Yeah, these guys aren't generating enough. Definitely not compared to the wizards. But the wizard, like the weird wizard build is kind of busted in its own way, so go figure. This just has a very good flat DPS. Alright, let's let this wall go. Reset it, and we'll try something new. Wall of wardrobe. Walled wardrobes. That's fun. Bye. Okay, so what do we have? Big one is camels. Minion dies. So this would have actually been good on the cultist build in retrospect. Oh. Let's just generate a whole bunch of mana. You know what? Silly's... Oh, wait, no, I shouldn't do that. I was thinking I'd specifically... Ye gods. This mana generation is so damn high. Yeah. 1,700 per mage. Sorry, let's get that up to 2,000. Hey, I was born in 1990, we'll leave it there. Okay, and I still have a ton of skill points that I can invest into something. Idle capture of souls. Skeleton nobility, poison dagger, soul exchange, captain's call. I mean, I think the real one is just go hard on mana amplification and just trigger it periodically. Alright, let's just get as many mages as we have souls, and then let's start buying things. Okay, so that was insight. Imbue is big poison boost. Which, like, a little premature for going for that poison build, but probably worth it. Yeah, total generation from focus. It's not really that good. Like, it's such a negligible amount. 6.5 thousand compared to 2 million a second. Sad part is, I think there is, like, an even better mage build, just slightly further down. Oops. Broke it. Song of Mana. Mana multiplier plus 4 times. Mana cost 400 per second. Yeah, that's gonna be obscene. I think as it stands, I'm probably just gonna go for that weird Bone Spear spell and then just try and make everything work around that. And then at this tier, we probably do a switch over to poison. So what else do we have? Raises this cap on skill levels. 1 to 8. Ooh. Free from all distractions, able to transcend your arcane limits. Multiplies your mana and damage. Solitude's effectiveness is reduced by 1% for each active minion. Huh. And then Worm. Mages who have been exposed to excessive amounts of mana become worms, twisted creatures that exude raw, but they give a mana multiplier like captains. Yeah, but we gotta get up to wall 32 for that one, and I don't think I'm gonna be getting there. Much as I'm having a great time with this, we should probably end this video sooner than later, or at some point. I will say though, this is genuinely one of the more interesting incremental games that I've played in a very long time. It's got tons of layered progression systems. It's... yeah, how much is it? 2,740 per second. And that's without, like, crazy multipliers or anything really boosting this. There we go. Yeah, so that was Soul Fusion. I guess I could go back to Height and get that up. At least to the 1,000,000 mark. And then chain some more souls? Yeah. But yeah, legitimately one of the best incremental games I've played in a long time. It's got layers of progression systems, not like too many that are overlapping like or parallel paths, but it also has some of the best build theory crafting I've seen. Specifically, games like Norp Apolog, you had to effectively make progress to reset your build and change, and so sometimes you get stuck. Here it's just like, oh, I'm having a bad time with this wall, hit the reset button, start over, try again. And that really makes for a much more exciting and interesting experience. That is very expensive. It's probably going to be worth it, though. Like, we could try and go... No. I should try the Bone Spear thing, at least before we end. Do we do really much else? Nah, let's do the reset right now. Okay, I was gonna do Max Bone Spear. Then I was gonna do Bone Mystic. Okay, we're probably gonna want captains. Hard not to want them. Okay, damage is looking pretty good. What is my mana per second? It's okay. Yeah, there's also Pyromancy, which might fit well into a mage build. One thing I don't like about this build, it's actually pretty good, but it's kind of noisy. Actually, I think we can go all the way to the max. And it's not too much of a problem. And I guess we just buy as many mystics as we can. And captains as we can. There we go. Incinerate is active. Damage seems actually really good. I was curious about whether or not this build would work, and the answer is, yeah, it is. It really does feel like most of the builds available in this game, you know, assuming you get to the correct perk level or whatnot, are viable, and quite viable, in fact. And that makes for a very satisfying experience. I love seeing all the different combinations, all the different things that you can do, and how, yeah, none of them are specifically bad. Some just get kind of bad for a while. But all you have to do is just instantly respec, try something else, and you can start progressing again, and it feels really good to me. This is, I would argue, one of the most, like, refined incremental games I think I've ever played, with a lot of modern quality of life that feels super good to play around with. I cannot stop singing its praises just in terms of, like, how much this has impressed me in this short hour. I might actually play some more of this, because it's also one of those where it's fairly active. I don't spend a whole lot of time sitting on my hands just waiting for meters to go up. I'm doing that now, but, you know, it's one of those that, like, if I have to spend too much time waiting for anything to happen, then it's probably time to respec and try something else. Because almost assuredly, there's some other way to progress. I just gotta find it. Anyway, with all of that said, I might as well mention that Journey to Incrementalia is available on Steam right now, so if you want to pick it up and play it yourselves, it is $5 on Steam, so just follow the link in the description below. It's super good, and if you love incremental games, Orb Creation, Norp Apolog, or To the Core, this very much is exactly that kind of game, and you should seriously give it a shot. I might actually come back for some streams of this. I think I already said that, but it seems like it would be a lot of fun. And I could very much, I mean, I can't wait to see what's on the bottom down here and what all the different potential options there are. There we go. Just go for a bit of mana. Because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble, because I am actually losing my mystics, and that's bad. I think if I had to respec on this one, what I'd probably do is go cultist with ghost bombs. I might have to, because yeah, they are killing the hell out of my dudes. I think the wall will go down before I need to actually worry about that though. But it's certainly looking a little dicey. Anywho, I guess with all this said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.